All right, Ben. Today's what, July 27th?
Yeah, sounds right.
What there's so much to go over, but we'll just I don't want to go super in depth. But what's the last thing you remember
Mm-hmm.
before the last thing you remember
Yeah.
in May or whatever?
Yeah. So Amy and I went back to the hospital on. We went one day, and I thought it was a back spasm, and I got medicine. It didn't work at all, and so we went back the next day. I remember walking in, and that's it. Right, and I don't. I had my surgery on June 28th. I don't think I came to until probably July 1st or so. So it's a huge chunk of time in there where I don't remember anything.
What was going on? What led you to the hospital? What was going on?
I had a lot of pain in my back. You know, as I said, I've had back spasms before, so I kind of thought that's what it was. Um, so yeah, and honestly, thank God for my wife because I was kind of fighting it. You know, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go watch this guy at the Bitcoin conference. I don't want to go to the hospital. You know, and it's like one of those things where, you know, had I waited another hour or something, it might have been a wrap.
Damn. Okay, so you remember going in, but you don't remember going under. Or anything.
I don't even remember walking in the back.
We're walking to what?
Like you walk into the initial room, you check in or whatever, right?
You remember that?
That, and then I don't even remember them taking me to a room or I don't remember any of them.
Okay, so that's May 20 something or 30th.
May 28th.
28th. What's the next thing you remember? Because you were awake a little bit during.
They said I was awake, but
I saw you awake.
I don't remember. If I was awake, I don't remember it. And so, you know, obviously that's like a 30-some day period that we're talking. So after, I don't know, maybe 6 days or something, I believe they flew me back here to Freighter. I was on a medical flight because they didn't have they did something called ECMO that keeps you alive. And they didn't have great ECMO in Vegas. So we got a med flight back here. They had to have me on 2 ECMO machines to keep me alive. And I guess I'm sorry.
Take your time.
I kept deteriorating from there. And obviously I wasn't awake. So at some point they said, this is not going to work. You either need a lung transplant or he's gone, you know? It was basically the bacteria or whatever it was, virus was eating my lungs.
What's the next thing you remember?
So I remember waking up, and I believe it was 2 or 3 days after the surgery, you know, and being in my hospital room. That's kind of the next thing I remember.
Was there anybody around? Describe kind of coming out and
yeah. It was at night.
Putting pieces together.
Oh yeah, it was at night. So there's no one else in my room. And I was like, oh shit, how do I get here? You know? And then in my head, I tried going through all the things that we'd done. I had no idea what data was, right? So I tried to go through all the things in my head that we had done. And it's like, my first worry was, holy fuck, I didn't do something dumb and crash a car or something, did I? You know, that was like my first intuition. And so I started trying to think through all the places I was going or all the things I had planned for June. And it took me a long time. And eventually I'm like, well, I remember going to the hospital. And I don't really remember anything after that. And then obviously, I think at some point a nurse came in, or maybe the next morning Amy came in and they filled me in on what happened.
This was post-transplant?
Yes, like 3 days after.
And they said you got new lungs and...
Yeah, then they filled me in. I got new lungs. Supposedly really good lungs, apparently. But my initial lungs were the best, so hopefully these ones are, good enough.
What did you think? How did you feel? How did you take it?
I don't remember, oh, that's weird. Because it's one of those things where I wasn't sick, in my opinion, right? Obviously I was, but it's not like I had, 10 years where I was waiting for an implant like some people do, where they smoke a lot and they kind of know it's coming down the pipe. Like, I went to the hospital, and then I got new lungs. No one told me I was going to do that, so, yeah, so I think that was it. It's almost shocking. Like, when Amy told me, I was like, wait, what? What happened? Are you serious? Yeah, that's kind of what I remember.
Obviously, I'm sure anybody's watching this probably watched the posts you've made so far, and the
Yeah.
Stockdale paradox about not feeling sorry for yourself. But like to that, prior to that, did you experience any of that?
Prior to what?
Prior to that post or since, where feeling sorry for yourself or upset at this?
No, I would think the one thing that really sucks, or the one thing that bugs me, is it is a big lifestyle change, right? If you know me, you know I'm kind of carefree and run around barefoot and whatever, not worried about getting sick. And now with all these medications I gotta take, I gotta be extra careful, with not getting sick and not cutting myself too much and that type of thing. So that kind of sucks. But besides that, it's like, I was gonna die, and now I have perfectly good lungs. I still gotta gain a bunch of weight and get stronger and blah blah blah. But honestly, it's a pretty good outcome, given where Amy didn't want to come on camera and talk about it, but like there was multiple times where they thought I was dead, and so it's like, well, that was the other option. I'll take this one.
Mm-hmm. What's been a challenge or a time of struggle for you, or other than the physical, right? How has this been difficult?
I don't know. Like it's kind of my whole life is I just take things in stride. Like, I lose a big fight. Okay, happened. What am I gonna do about it? Right? And I think they do say like stress and anxiety. They come from things you can't control. And so I can't no, give me back my old lungs. Right? What am I gonna do? So I have these lungs, and I was blessed to get them really quickly, and that they're pretty good. So I don't think I've been struggling with that mentally at all, because I just think about the other side of it. Like, I was dead. That's the other side. So, when you have one option is you're dead, and the other option is, well, this is wild because you have new lungs, and you're going to have to follow kind of a new set of protocols for life. That's probably an easy choice.
How those last few days in the hospital, and maybe those were not easy or just not fun because you were hoping to get out, and then you thought maybe, and then no, and like maybe talk me through that. And
that was tough because I was almost 55 or 60 days in the hospital. One of the great things was I had so many awesome and amazing friends come visit. I was like multiple a day. I think my wife came pretty much every day, so that was really amazing. But they have to leave at 8:00, and the hospital bed sucks. Hospital food sucks, and so it's like that kind of starts wearing on you, So my argument to them was like, if I go home, I'll get better sleep, I'll get better nutrition, and then I'm only like 18 minutes away. I'll just come back the next morning, and they would not let that happen. After a while, I did let them. I convinced them, like, guys, I gotta go home. Like, look at me. Look, my numbers are great. You guys have been testing me for the last 20-some days. Like, let me go home. And so they did.
What's the I don't know. You made a post the other day, you can't walk, but like, what's the future look like for you? The short and midterm, right? I know you mentioned 6 months before.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a ways off coaching, because of all those danger type things that can happen, and I can't be around big groups of people. So that makes me a little sad because I had some really cool things planned in July and August that I'm not going to get to do, but I'll find something else fun to do. And it's going to be weird because I've been grinding since I was, 15 or 14. Like, I don't stop. I get up and I bring the fucking heat every day. And now it's like, well, I can't. It's like I pretty much I'm gonna stay at my house here, and probably find some work to do on a computer, some other way to help AWA. But that's going to be a challenge. It might be fun for the first couple weeks after the kids go to school, and it's just peaceful. But I bet it's going to get terribly boring.
We don't know exactly how quickly you will or won't improve, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. But like, what after 6 months, do you have something in your head? Is it just like, man, let's get to 6 months and see from there?
6 months is your chances of rejection, right? So your body could reject the new body part, if it was heart or lungs or kidney, whatever. So after that, the chance of rejection go way down, and then after a year it goes way down. And so, if I can get to 6 months, obviously I still take the precautions. And when I get to a year, obviously I still gotta take all the medicine, and I'm not gonna be a dummy. I always tell my wife, I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm not a dumbass. Not a dumbass. I don't want to die. I have zero desire to die, and so I'm gonna take necessary precautions.
How has this changed you? Mentally, spiritually?
Um,
Anything like that?
I woke up and I decided I was a Christian, so that's crazy. I went with my wife to church for 15 years because that was part of the deal. I said, "Hey, I'm not a Christian, but I'll support you." And it was really weird when I woke up. I'm like, I got to do it, you know. So that was kind of weird, and it's so much gratitude for everyone who's helped out. So many people donate money, watch our kids, donate food. A lot of friends come and hang out with me. So just so much gratitude for the community around me, and it's kind of wild to me. I was always like, in my head, and I think this is true, I was a very controversial figure, where there were some people who loved me, but there's also some people who really didn't like me also.
Sure.
And I haven't had a negative thing said to me since I can remember. It's been only positive. And just a lot of love from the community.
Best case scenario, paint picture for now till the end.
I live normally till I'm old, right?
Yeah. Coaching and just back to coaching?
Yeah, back to coaching. I don't really want to do anything else. I just want to coach wrestling. So that's going to be hard not to do it for a while. Obviously, the field of medicine is evolving very fast, so who knows, maybe in 10 years I'll be able to take something else and build me my own lungs, my lungs in my body or something. Who knows?
Feel like this is somehow meant to be and better, good is going to come out of this?
Yeah, hopefully I use it to inspire people through struggle, because I think people could have looked at me prior and said, like, his life's great, he has no struggle, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. And now it's like people are watching me struggle, and I'm the same person I was when I wasn't struggling. And so I think that says a lot.
It's like being back here with your kids climbing on you. Not too much, but they're climbing on you.
Yeah, I got that big ass star, so can't climb much, but yeah, it's great to have family around again.
You gonna continue to take it slow? Not push it too fast?
I'm not pushing it too fast. I will try to take it as slow as possible so I can heal.
All right, man.
All right.
I appreciate you.
You got it.
Thanks, Ben.